Again, you're listening to Making a Way with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee, and on the phone, Jennifer, what is your full name? Tell me your full name because I'm not logged on to Facebook to see it.
It's Jennifer Carruthers.
Oh, okay, I did get it right. Hey! Okay, great. Well, on the phone right now is one of my high school friends. And you know, I don't make any shame about it, honey. On this show, I like to bring on people I know, people I support. And this, what she did for my grands this week, and she did it a few years ago, and she's done it every year. But Jennifer, tell the people about your back-to-school supply program that you put together, what it's called, how you got started. Just give them the background on the whole thing.
Okay, thanks, Sheryl, for having me on.
Yes.
My organization is called BLING, and it stands for Blessed Ladies Involved in Giving Back. And BLING has been going on for about the last 5 years, but before then, me and my sister had started it, and then we had came together and got other ladies who had the same vision as us. Okay. And we created BLING. So what we do is we give back. That's what it is. We give back to the community. We feed once a month to the homeless. Oh, I love and that. Then we give the backpacks out. We gave out about a total of 200 this year. Wow. To different sites. And then also we give back Christmas gifts to all that are in need. And we also do a Thanksgiving dinner where we feed people that are in need. So we feed about 200 people a year also. Well, you blessed ladies are definitely giving back. Yeah, we do a lot. We do with the elderly and kids going back to high school. So we got a few things going on. Well, I just want to tell the listeners that not only did they give out backpacks, but these backpacks were loaded with school supplies. And I just cannot thank you enough because, you know, my daughter needed some help with the girls. And I brought all four of them over there. They all got, really nice backpacks. You know what I mean? And then the next day you went out to the park. And now, how did people find out about it? When you were at the park, was it people who had signed up or were people who just were like randomly coming up? It works both ways. We kind of put it out there in the media, and then, you know, the ones we have privately gave out to, we just sent out the message. And so everybody just came out, and it turned out real well. And in the midst of that, we gave out food baskets also. You sure did. I mean, you guys gave out, we're just talking about the essentials that people really need. Soap, shampoo, toothpaste. These are things, you know what I mean? Of course, my grandmother taught me this when I was a little bit older, but she told me, she said, you've always got to have your necessities, you know, right. You know, and that's a good word for anybody going off to college too. You've got to always have your necessities, your deodorant, your shampoo, your toothpaste, your whatever it is. Invest in yourself because now you're grown. You can't ask your mom to send you tampons anymore. Okay, it's time to take care of yourself. That's right. That's right. But so you guys are feeding people. You're doing all of this. And how are you funded, Jennifer? It's private. We have a private sponsor that sponsors us. Whatever the need is, she works it out for us. That is so wonderful. And that is the beautiful thing. I tell people all the time, here in America, even if you're sitting in front of a homeless shelter, you are wealthier than 3/4 of the people in this world. I mean, we have so much here, you know, and we're lucky to be in a country where there are so many programs and where people are able to see a need and to invest in that need, whether it just be here, let me write this check, or do like Jennifer and the ladies in BLING are doing and giving back of their time and energy. Because, of course, they have to go out and shop. They have to go out and shop for these bags. They have to go out and shop for all of the supplies. And then they spend their time, give back of their time in blessing people. And just share with the listeners what that feels like to know that you are blessing people, just the power of giving. Oh, it's a wonderful giving because, you know, it's always taught us, you know, give back, it's always giving back to you. But in order to give back, you have to have it in your heart, and it just feels so good, because you're blessed. And sometimes we remember how it was for us, but if you're blessed, you can always bless somebody else, no matter what the situation is. So that's the way we look at it, and that's the way we go at it. We don't, see nobody different than us. We just try to help everybody that we can.
I'm going to tell you something. When my parents were entertainers when we were growing up, and we struggled. My parents definitely lived for the bills. You know what I mean? Everything was a struggle. It seemed like every week my stepfather was taking something out of the pawn shop, putting something in the pawn shop. But when you're a kid, you're kind of oblivious to what's going on because they always found a way for us to eat. We in my house, we didn't have the refrigerator, and the cabinets were never stocked. My stepfather literally went to the store every day to get our meal. But kids are kind of oblivious to how their parents are struggling. You know what I mean? But one thing I remember is that people would give us bags of clothes. All the time, we would get bags of clothes. And now, as an adult, and particularly as the bargain queen, I know it was because people saw that there was a need there. They saw that we were ragamuffins, or they saw, that my mother's wardrobe was limited or whatever. But people would bless us by giving us clothes. So I'm very into recycling and giving back as far as clothing goes. And so what I would like to just challenge everyone to do is first of all, you've got to purge. It's that time of the year where it's time to go through and figure out what your kids have outgrown. And if you have clothing that your children have outgrown, I challenge you to not throw them away, but to give them away. To call several people that you might know and just say, hey, listen, I've got a bunch of size 10 clothes here that such and such is outgrown. Would you be interested, or do you know anyone who would be interested? Right there, you have started the giving cycle, because that person is going to say yes or no. Then you just call it. But when they say yes, when you turn those things over, you are giving and you are blessing another family. So I just encourage everyone, don't throw things away. Give. If you give to people, that's the first thing. Even as a tither, I like to know where my money is going, where my things are going. So rule number one, I say give to people give to people, on your block. But then if not, give to some of the thrift stores and some of the agencies here in town. Now, you had mentioned, Jennifer, a couple of agencies in town that, that help the poor. Can you rattle off any of those names or
Sure.
Okay, great.
Sure. I was just thinking about that. There is a couple of agencies that I know, in the business giving back. I've learned so much that there shouldn't be nobody that can't get what they need.
Right.
And a precious child is one of them, and they're located in Broomfield. And all you have to do is call and make an appointment, and you can just shop. And their clothes are free, and they have other things. It's kids' clothes to adult clothes, and they have other things, and also they take donations. So they give out diapers and food and all kinds of things like that.
Right.
And there's food banks that give out food, truckloads of food every Saturday. You just have to ask, because if you don't ask, you'll never know.
I said that just a little while ago. We were talking about grants and different things. I'm saying these are things that you have to dig for. The people are rewarded. Those who seek, find. You know what I mean? And so same with these agencies. They're out there, but, the people who take advantage of it are the ones who are really looking and picking up the phone and getting on the computer and calling around and finding these things.
Right. So there is a few of them that I have. I would like to give out my number, and unless there's someone listening who needs help like that, and I can lead them, because you should never just want, because everything is free if you just go look for it.
Right. Well, what I would say then, if listeners, if you would like, and of course we are based in Colorado, so the agencies that Jennifer is talking about is here in Colorado, but trust and believe in your state, in your city, in your town, in your country, there is someone who is philanthropic, motivated, who can help you and point you in the right direction. Call the city. Call, here in America, I think it's 211 or 311 or something like that. There's a number you can call they'll direct you to these different agencies. But if you have a need, you are not alone. That's what we want to stress to you. That's what Jennifer and I want to stress to you. You are not alone. There are people out there who care. There are people out there who will help you. There are people out there that want to see your children with everything that they need. And they understand that, these are hard times. These are expensive times. Everything costs money. Right, Jen?
Right. It is. It is. That's true. Everything costs.
Okay. Well, listen, do you have any parting words for our audience?
No, I don't. Just be blessed and keep your head up. Keep going.
Hey, those are good parting words. Shoo, be blessed and keep your head up. Jennifer Carruthers with Bling, Blessed Ladies Giving Back. I love it. Thank you for blessing my little grand pumpkins and for everything that you guys are doing, and anything that I can do to help you. Please do not hesitate to call, because I want to give back to you. I want to help you. That goes for anything that you're doing and the work that you're doing with seniors. I'm an entertainer. There are ways, web designer, whatever I can do. I want to be a part of what you guys are doing, because I know the power of giving and because we have received your blessings. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks again.
All right. Have a blessed day. Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was Jennifer Carruthers. We went to high school together, East High, class of 1980. Yeah, honey, I sure do. I call my friends. I put my friends and people I know on this show because I just want to support them. I want to support what they're doing because they, again, are supporting me. Again, my grandchildren took advantage of this backpack program, and I was really just blessed. I mean, the backpacks were filled with school supplies. So that's the little less, that's a little less that the parents have to do and have to come up with. And trust me, every single one is grateful. Even you have people who will just come and get, never say thank you, but they're grateful. But it is good to say.